Right. Well, been pottering along with this in the background. Do have another game lined up, but that is not for today. Need to finish editing. Goes to Tsushima. So, so we got the main walls built. We've got it mostly dug in out. We've got the last little layer. Got our starting base and starting storage. We've got our moat all the way around. That's our farm. Tree and fruit farm. Fruit as well, but boom, boom, boom. Got a big crew. Did start with 10, I think it was. And then we captured a few people, and a few people joined us. That's what this bit is here. There's our prison cells and our prison warden's base. Prison warden has to have their own room to be able to start recruiting people. People can only be recruited once they're put in the base, and on top of that, l'hôpital hospital. We've got our waste stockpile, and in here we've got just like everything else. Yeah. So our moat is fully lined, apart from some of the walls on the inside. The outside wall and the flooring is all lined. The poshness. We'll just build this first tower so it's up and running. Will allow us to build all the floors afterwards. We're going to have this one there, another one there. They're going to go up to there. Some stairs along the way here along the front. Once this is built, we can delete all this because they can just use this. Just a thought. So you get an idea. That's going to go all the way along there. So usually plan will be bottom layer food storage, ice blocks, and food shelves. Next floor we'll put minerals that haven't been, what's the word, crafted into something else. Then the next floor will have crafted metals, so gold bars, silver bars. We'll have a central storage. We'll have bloomers, is it? Smelting furnaces. Also have kilns in there. And then we'll have armory, prisons. We'll have a prison somewhere. Big autosave, obviously. Get rid of that door there. Put that there, because there's a stairs. There's no point having a door there if you can't go through it. Same thing there. Oh. So we've got all our farms are all like first of spring, first of autumn. So they'll keep replanting. As long as it's in that time frame, that's enough for us to get food storage. Got some trees, different types of trees there. Damsons, apple, walnut, and then we've got quince over there. Some cabbage, carrots, beets, barley, red currants, herbs, blackthorn, brambles, and gooseberries. Oh, gooseberry! Might have to move that. Feel that could be something that goes in with the smelters. So there's always a bit of a slowdown in the first couple of days of spring because obviously everyone's out planting. Not a terrible idea. Quicker it's in the ground, quicker it's growing, quicker it is feeding people. these doors will all be entrances and exits. All the different floors. Trees, they take forever to plant. Bodies that need cremating. Um, strip everyone because we're not going to likely to cremate all of them. So this way we get everything off them. Is I mean, I wouldn't call it a bug, but it's something that could be improved, which is when they run away, they everything rots with them. It doesn't take too long for them to turn into bones. Normally I won't bother because every time you put somebody onto the pyre, it strips them, drops everything right in front of them, front of the pyre. There we can see any animals that have been massacred. I mean, it is winter, so the wolves and the foxes usually often kill all of the body so you can get it. You get some free meat without any danger. No matter what the animal is, there is a risk that they will attack you when you hunt them. Hey, it's looking good. It's looking good. We've got most of our barley. I think there's a little patch somewhere nearby. The trees, the trees! Bloody trees, they take so long. But they produce a lot, as you can see from my storage of walnuts, quince, Plums and apples. Got loads more than everything else. More than beet and barley. Interesting. No, no berries. Berries stay quite low. Do a little poo here. If it's wild animals, it gets a forbidden. You can unforbid it, but it usually isn't worth it. It's only ever one. But your own animals, it's you pick up your poo. You can. I think it goes in here, doesn't it? Saltpeter. Mm, yeah, there you go. Get some saltpeter. Some flaming tings. It's one of those games that you can sort of put on. And after the initial build, when you're having to dig out this, because it's always like loads to do and build these walls and the boats and stuff. You've got plenty of time to sort of watch some podcasts. It's not exactly a fully offline game, but it's that kind of level where you set up your worker bees correctly, which I have. The way I do it is all of these get one, two there. Firefighter, patient, convalescent, urgent haunting, jailer, they all get one unless always stated. Tending other people, that gets higher, numbering and lower than 3 because we need people to do that, and there's always a few people on one. But then I usually go harvest and cut plants because if you get things like blight or you haven't set things up properly, you suddenly need to harvest everything quite quickly. You need everyone to do that straight away. Growing, although everyone ends up with one on growing because it's the same skill as harvest and cut plants, so it builds at the same rate. And the way I usually do it is 0 is 5, 1 to 5 is 4, 6 to 10 is 3, silver or 1 star, 2 gold or 2 star is a 1. And these 3 are all 1 as well. Those are all like tasks that must be done, really. And I'm not sure why this is like that. But that should be like that, shouldn't it? The thing to remember is you do have to come in and check because they obviously learn more skills. But also they develop personality traits over time. They will affect. So where that was 1, who's that, Giles? Giles probably had 3 or 4. That's why he was at 4. But then he's got a trait that give him 2-star intellect. So we adjust it. And if you've got a red star, then I drop you down 1 below, 2 below. I've just discovered they're 2-star. 2 red stars. Then I drop that 1 below what my standard rate is. But you figure it out for yourselves. Play around with it. Aiken is on prison warden, so he should be sleeping in here, but I think he's not at the moment for some reason. I'll have to set up again. In here we've got our domestic. So that is train the animal. This is haul the animal. Got a lot of them on vermin control because we kept getting infestations and rats. They ideally only really start with animals that do some kind of hauling. And like cattle, goats, asses, sheep. I think the sheep might not haul. Yeah, sheep don't haul, but do produce wool, which is good for your winter clothes. At this stage, I've researched everything. That's kind of where you want to get to. Is like set this bit up here with all the types of crafting. Butchery, kitchen staff, making booze, research, making weapons and armor. Armor, yeah. And then once they're all set up, you can start building up your stockpiles of stuff. As you do the digging out, make your preparation walls. Like we've got these prep walls with a drawbridge in it, and that means that get attacked, we can defend. So Elena has gained a Snow White perk. Let's have a little look what that means. Let us look what Elena has. There she is. She's got the Snow White perk. She loves nothing better than the cold-biting and crisp frost of midwinter. She thrives in the cold. So come winter, she's having a great time. Having a great time, eh? So this floor here. So what we'll do is we will have this setup start on this floor, but over here in these corners. That lead upstairs where the bedrooms and stuff are. So you can come in and you can go down into the armory and smithing area, production areas and stuff. But if you're gonna get into the bedrooms, you're gonna have to come up. You might zigzag. I'm not sure. Essentially, you want once you get to the bedrooms, you want to drag it out as much as possible. So we are at a stage because we've got so many different items on the map, taking them longer to do stuff because they're looking like, oh, should I be doing something else? Rather than them just going, oh, I'll do the next job. They look at 300 different things before they go to the next job. It's one of the few things that I find a bit annoying because if you do any kind of big builds like I do, then slows everything up. We've got ferocious animals. This is new. I do like it. Well, we got some deadly deer. Wildly aggressive deer. So I'll just set them to hunt. People will go off and hunt them, and we'll slowly see them. Oh, two of our asses have died, but we'll turn them into a nice coat and have a lovely dinner. Thank you very much. Come on, do these bloody gardens. It shouldn't take this long. I suspect it's because of this. Once that's built, I think it'll take a little bit less time. So that's the original river route, and it took it to go around there to dry this out to allow me to start building. That's kind of what you have to do. Which is what they would have had to have done in real life when they built a castle moat. Get the water from somewhere. So we've got the water coming from the river at the beginning here. You done the zigzag. Goat carcass belongs to me. Wasn't doing that. Why are you doing that? Yeah, for some reason it thought I was picking alt. See, unforbid that. Um, um, further deer, these ferocious deer have started to fight with the boar. The boar has absolutely TWA'd them. On any random deers. Yeah, because fox has probably been taken out by that wolf. Yeah. So if you unforbid them, as in allow, they will one of your trained animals, if you've got the haul on, come and get them. Which leaves your minions just to go about doing the building and the gardening and all the things that you need doing. I used to not um, stockpiles down for a lot of these things, but it really it's if you do that, things like dirt and stuff, you just leave it. It looks at them as an object whenever it goes to do something. It a ridiculous rate that everyone did work in was like I thought it was my computer was broken. It was taking 10 minutes for each person to make a decision as to what to happen or what to do next. Obviously, completely unacceptable. I'll put another one on down because we're getting a lot of meat. And smoked meat is worth a lot of money. Good for trading, good for eating. So we've got merchant coming. Come on, merchant wide, friendly merchant, friendly visitor. Um, send who was our main trade envoy. Basically, he's got high speechcraft. Always be building up someone else. Let's see what they've got. Merchant Travagar. So we take all the coins. Oh, wait, take the coin. Take the apple. We'll take the ass. Take the barley. The beet seeds. We'll sell all these weapons. I rarely sell anything. I usually sell good and below. It don't depend. Rarely buy weapons because you usually get enough. Female cattle. New cow. That means more milk. Get clay bricks. Sell that because it's only sturdy. There's a bit mad to buy food. Fuck the ass, fuck the dog. A little bit. Brilliant. See, these axes are worth a lot. Good. Don't get iron. Mm. My producers at this point will be producing mostly good stuff, like or above. You don't have to worry about selling this stuff. So even if it's like, oh, we've got to replace it, it's probably going to come out better than what we sold. Plus, we also get stuff. The clothes are not being tainted. Love that. It's a great introduction to the game. And it used to be everything they had was tainted when they did, so it took them a little bit while to figure it out. But they figured it out. So it's only the clothes that are tainted. The armor and the weapons, I'm assuming after a good scrub down. Mm, you know, become a useful item for you. Keep the paintings good and above. It's good and below for items, not for painting. Couple of sheep. This might be worth 3 gold. Over 315. Boom. Tainted items here. So we definitely sell them. We've also got our armorer and our weapon maker and our what's it called? Tailor. Deconstructing them. So if they're tainted, they get deconstructed, but obviously they're busy with loads of other stuff at the moment, so I might as well just sell them. Not much, but it adds up. Tainted things, if they're disassembled, the thingy is not tainted, so worth it. Plus, it's training skill, which will work. It's unintended stuff. Chat with that. So we can sell all of that and acquire all of that. And because of our speedcraft, get a discount, which we want. All those goods. It's all important stuff. All important stuff. I'm just going to make a cup of tea. Okay, well, we'll make the cup of tea in a few minutes when the dishwasher finishes. I forgot about that. Actually, quite a small one compared to the one I built previously. But it's the digging out. That's the thing that really gains the effort. Oh, the animals will, even though they've got food here, which I find annoying, they'll eat that rather than. I prefer them to eat the stuff in there. Loads of lovely food they could be eating, fresh food. I've got loads of. They just ignore it. It's like a cat. Um, that should stick around for 2-3 days usually, so you got plenty of time with them. That's why I always click the friendly bits to click that off once I've dealt with them, as I'm dealing with them, because then I can look at there and be like, oh no, there's merchant. If that's clicked off, then I don't do that. I go, well, there's a merchant still here that I've already dealt with. Right, tea obtained. So you always know when you've hit the bottom, because I'll say 1 here, all the different levels. Also, if you look, Yeah, it says rocky soil, all the different things. It'll say granite. Can't dig through granite. There's a bear. See if we can tame him. And him and the lady bear will have little baby bears. And we can take over the world with our bear menagerie. This is another thing that's a bit annoying. It's the door. Okay, well, I'll shut up. I was about to say it's annoying that the doors don't fold back correctly, but you can set them, so that's good. You can do that before. A little bit of a quality of life. And I put a little block arches, so it'll fit better. Copy that key, paste that key. Another very useful thing. Um, I said I flooded it in here. No. Keep getting that, but then I think that's an issue because obviously things don't properly flood. Shouldn't be getting that warning, but I'm getting it anyway. Um, so we're running out of blackthorn, so we need those to grow, and we can then plant straight away. Things get eaten over the winter period. That's why I always buy seeds. The worst that happens if you have too many seeds. It's like with what things. Worst happens, you've got too much, something better than that. Yeah, I've got a lot of balls here. Oh wait, probably got a lot of meat. Quite ASMR-y. Bum, bum, bum. Once that stairs are built, click deconstruct on those. The merchant is like merchant. Can't be bothered. We used to deal with all the merchants as and when they came, but the single merchants just can't carry enough to make it worth your while selling them. So I just don't bother. Just realised it's not Hexeth, it's Hengest. Click that so we don't freak out and think we've missed someone. We do get other visitors like druids and bards and religious types. Right, let's just build up this. One, two, three, six. One, two, three. One, two, three. Right. Two, and then so it's two gaps on the end, and that provides support for the floor above. And I could. What I'll do is I'll put all these in last, but I just want to put that one in there. So yeah, but it's because otherwise you keep having to scroll down. It's really annoying. Doesn't remember your location in there. So, to start, let's see. Um, three. Um, just keep going. I do the stairs and the spiral because just assuming it's more efficient for them running down or not. That's what I tell myself anyway. Um, yeah, so I do them 10 by 10 because that allows a good sized stairwell. Archers, support archers. Um, um, right, just, oh, no, need to, need to, in the corner behind the stairs. In the corner behind the stairs. So on and so forth. Um, so we'll have these stairs will go all the way along here, so it will essentially create a sub-level 1. You can see the flickering of the something there. Oh, it's warm. Why are the animals hungry? Okay, that's interesting. They seem to have joined with us. That happens. And they're stuck up there, no food. I get the negative publicity. RSPCA will come fucking searching for me, won't they? Oh, you left a sheep starving. I didn't even know I owned that sheep. Oh, flip. Holy Macarena. Clement, you said comments to prioritize building. Thank you, old boy. They used to do these, was it 7x7? But it meant that you would have to, you couldn't put spiral stairs. You had to put them just on opposite sides because there just wasn't enough space. I mean, it would work, but it would look awful. We can't have that. Can't have it looking like a pile of shit. As Clement, has he built the slope? He has. I'd like to look around close up. Because this map doesn't have like a massive load of gold in it. What it does have is little dots all over the place. I might be imagining it. I feel that every so often new ones pop up. Because I keep sweeping it. Could be going mad, obviously. Keep sweeping, and then every so often I find that. Now, what it could be is that trees are dying off in the winter, just getting old. They're underneath where the trees were. Can't mine that many in, which is a bit of a shame because there's a few bits of gold. Can get plants though. I don't really understand why. I'm assuming it's because there might be a river next door. Be like, I can't get that gold. Get that gold. There've been a few bits of gold around here. I'm wondering if there's something underneath, but I did. It says limestone. If it said gold, underneath there, maybe I'd start digging the area out. There's no gold in here. I just can't see any more at this point. It probably was that they weren't reappearing up from the ground, so to speak. Which would, that is how geology works. But then and you should be able to find quartz nearby. I mean, that would be a nice little touch. Of introducing precious minerals or semi-precious minerals, and those indicate where, as I said, quartz is a good indicator. So maybe there would be diamonds underneath the coal. It's further down. Um, Could have quartz. As I say, quartz would be like an indicator that there might be gold around. You know, if you see an abundance of quartz, a good chance. Not definite, but it's a good chance. You may notice I've got my stone crafting bench here. Not using it on a Gar and trebuchet stuff. Just getting this one to produce stone bricks for the castle. Castles in the sky. Oh, a merchant. Once the weather improves, the merchants come thick and fast. Let's see what you got, Mr. Butcher Caravan. What have you got? Right, I'll take all your gold. Your There, this bludgeon. Buy this on a go. Projectiles. basically not. By the time I finish building the castle, I won't have built any of them. I'll just bought them. I mean, it's not a complaint. Life a little easier. Right, so if we go back to smoked meat, 2, 3. So 295 of them. And the other things. And install there. Copy that. And we expand it. And there. That's for the Omega ammunition. What we want to do is possibly start making it. Well, at the moment we've only got it in that corner, but it's not the end of the world. Right, so take our thing off. We know he's been. Wondering who we've traded. So you make charcoal in the kilns, but we've got quite a lot on this map, comparatively. Some there's a bunch here. Silver. I can't mine that silver. But there is some other bits of silver below here. Some there. If we need silver, we can get silver. It's summer. It's the best growing period. I don't need replanting. A couple of times I'd have thought, but that's all automatic. So all you'll notice is a drop off. People doing things like mining and constructing during those periods. Everyone goes and does the planting. So once these are done, and the rest of that's mine now, we'll start going floor by floor. I was thinking just build everything in one go, but probably just like, again, too much stuff to do confuses the game. Confuses you little minions. They don't know what to do next. Um, Yards is a head nest. What does that mean? Giles, do you party hard? Is that the problem? Get some, okay. Without a bit of excitement, Giles quickly gets bored and starts causing trouble. Quite the drama queen. Additional rebellious state, reveling, gets drunk without going. Lord of Misrule, swigger, punch drunk. It's not a get along with. Listless, austere, aesthetic, contemplative. Did actually have a situation where I can't remember who it was, but one of them was like, so and so got too drunk and now everyone hates them. And basically, yeah, about 5 people have basically decided they didn't like this particular one of the minions because they got drunk, behaved like an asshole. Oh dear. Does that sound familiar? If that sounds familiar to you, then you should not drink. I teetered the edge. I was always very good at getting people to the edge of despising me, but then going, oh, actually, you know what, it's all right. I'm not recommending that you follow that system because it's risky strategy. All at once, I was got in some very, very big trouble. Some very nasty people. Again, I took my way out of it, so it wasn't a problem. But you know, it's still like you don't want to be in that situation. You don't want to have to talk your way out of it. That's the advice I'm giving you. Basically, don't be a twat, drunk or otherwise. And at least if you're drunk, you've got a little bit of an excuse, but it's not really isn't excuse enough. I mean, look at these crops are ripening. The thing with these is these kinds of crops, they have to be planted, replanted when they're fully grown. Berry bushes, you plant them, you'll get, can't remember how many, but a few, let's say a few crops before they're damaged beyond repair. Then you have to use the berry to replant them. Trees, you plant once, and they give you like two, I think it's two a season. And I will also advise that you chop down trees at the beginning of winter. because winter can kill them. It's better to have the sapling in your storage, being ready for next year, rather than losing the whole situation. Losing the whole situation. This lighter brick on the edge of things is a lovely touch. Appreciate. Sure, it didn't do it before. Again, it's like a quality of life. It's like this green moss appearing on the outside of things. Doesn't appear here because of the flowing water, I think, but will appear on the side. Because, yeah, I'm not sure the rules of why it applies, but yeah, it's a nice touch. You also get ivy growing up things as well. It's reasonably, I think, is that some there? Like an ivy shrub goes up the wall. Again, another little touch that they brought in that sort of, makes the game a bit more fancy. Now, you might wonder why I keep the dirt. I will make a farm at the front here. Probably dig out that and all of that, and I can have a farm. Plant some trees along here, make it look spectacular as people walk in. Maybe herbs or something. But all in all, the dirt can be used. So this is dirt, soil. That's what that produces. So where you can fill up this, that goes from being rocky soil to be growing-able soil. Which obviously makes a big difference. You get more of them on the go, got a ridiculous amount of meat. Well, yeah, most of the plants give you 1 for 1. Apart from the barley. I think that the herbs give you 1, but also 2 sometimes. But all things like the beet, the carrots, and the cabbage, they 1 for 1. And if you want more seeds, you're going to Going to seed gives you like 6 per plant. But if you're not buying seeds, you just want to be completely self-sufficient, no merchant trading, nothing. You can do that. You know. for animals arrive. A couple of sheep. We got plenty of sheep. You do have to go in and check every so often about being trained. People need training. Animal wise, that is. While this has been going on, it's been mined out slowly. We've got all of these to fill up. Base blocks, keep food areas chilled. Which means that in the, where are we in the summer, I think, aren't we? So we've got this temperature. So temperature outside here is 10 degrees, but in here it'll be 2.6. So under 5 degrees, so it's essentially like a fridge. Big blocks of ice, keeping it cool. Animals start moving now before the people do, the minions do, and the minions move for an hour later than the animals. Which is kind of good because the animals, that first hour, the animals just then sweep everything away once the whole put things away that need putting away. battle coming up because I'm going to ignore that negotiator. Still got another 3 hours before they turn up, so we've had a bit of time. Right, so they're all that. Select all our people. Draft them. I'm gonna send them. This is what I do, but send them to that doorway. They'll defend the doorway. Move archers arranged here. And that's them starting their attack. Send him to operate on the goal. They're just going to sit there now. So they get in a position. They'll attack where your people are, so they won't attack your animals and they won't attack your base unless you're in the base. Then sometimes they build their own ballista and stuff like that. Alright, so that's the range. That's too close. Takes them a little while to get within range. That's fine though. Really spreading out for this attack makes it harder to pick a location. range, I'm going to send him down, back down there. We should have enough range people to deal with it, but on the whole, it's a few people. In a way, having the on guards helps because the AI for the computer, it wants to make it more difficult, so it doesn't want you wiping them all out using the on guard. As you saw, it spreads their attack out. That actually benefits your archers. They then can sort of really trickle in. What we can do is click that and click locked, and then we can select our pods down there, and one of them will go and close that. Click it. And then they have to swim across the thing, which they can't, which they can do, but then they can't. Hard for them to fight. Attack easily dealt with. Easily dealt with. Cute. I don't know if Control C and Control V work for that. Should probably test it to find out. Them to do those jobs. Yeah, as I said, like if they go to the pyre, bodies are stripped. Anyway, if it's a couple of days afterwards, you might want to go around and just like I did the other. Yeah, just go around and strip the wall. At least you get the items. Or if you want to cancel something that you're dragging like that, saw that went in the wrong place, so just right click before you let go. Right click and wait and it will cancel that. Don't want the cats. Rubbish. Oh, my cat killing his kind. He will probably kill me in my sleep. But Donald Trump thinks everything he sees is real, regardless of the fact it's a computer game or a TV program. I think Donald Trump thinks NCIS is a documentary. So, yeah, like fly on the wall. Tempted to open this up, but I do want to do planning. So I think put dig that out, then we dirt side of those stairs and that one row of block. We do herbs and we go a bit more. Basically, we create a garden. It is enticing, beautiful. That's on high, so what I would do would be moving to one of the other stockpiles. Because this high, they'll all be moved back here. We will need a lot of limestone to finish off this castle. How much have we got here? Got 62,000 is probably enough. But you never know. have to put pillars and arches all over the place. Stability seems to have got better. It was really bad. You would have to like really scatter the columns at the bottom because it just viewed it that you were building up, and it's like actually physics dictates that that's ground all the way around, so it's not the same forces applying as if you're above ground. So, it could be. Figure out if we got some wild polecats, aggressive polecats. Okay. Um, so there's a way of speed running this other than just having more people. What I should do is do a stream where I'll show you how I set things up. Because it is the digging out that is the pain in the ass. It is literally you're just sitting there doing nothing, twiddling your thumbs. It's like you build this, then you build the crafting research and build each of the crafting things because you need those things just to exist. Then while you're doing this, you'd research all the things like bungars and trebuchets and all the decorations and stuff like that. And that's all well and good, but you quickly research everything. It doesn't take very long. Well, comparatively. And you're still left with 3/4 of the hole you're trying to dig. You haven't put any walls up yet. Your boat is barely finished, if at all. Um, Show you this way around because piques the interest. I feel gooseberries are done. Yeah, they're close. They're real close, baby, real close. What is Thor's hammer? Oh, lightning in it. Not bad omen. It's literally just nature. Don't worry about it. Can't do anything about it, baby. That's why you need these as well, because they'll help deal with fire. That also, you can put those near the. I should probably do that. Is put a couple of these water buckets there, because what they'll do is when they've got free time and stuff, fill that up. Then they'll fill up things from the water bucket. Make life a little bit easier. We're at 2/3 to do, you say? Looks like it. Laria has got iron stomach. Let's find out what that means. Although I suspect it means that it literally can eat shit. I can eat dung and not be ill. Laria. There she is. Iron stomach. One of Laria's favourite tricks is eating horseshoe nails. Also, it's a special talent we have to eat literally anything. Laria's slobbering, slovenly dining habits can prove unpleasant to witness. Consumption duration 40, less than 40%. Gets along with callous and cannibal. Does not get along with gourmet, dainty, precious, or austere. Also got green thumb. That's an example of a skill that can raise and lower different aspects of the skill tree for her. Black numbers. Black numbers. So when you get barley, you get like 7 barley. We use that to make beer. Yeah, keeps people happy. They have drinking problems in the UK. The game knows about it. Merchant. Merchant. Always go to the merchant who brings a few friends with him because that means they carry quite a bit of stuff. Also means they can take quite a bit of stuff away with them. So if you've got plenty to sell, which I usually do at this stage, money made. Thank you very much. Boom. Apple sapling. Yes. Oh, beet seeds. All that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Tell the cat. Boom, boom. What about dung bricks? Seed. Boom. Let's get that Greek fire. I'll buy something. Boom, boom, boom. Take the limestone. All the base. Pick. Pigments. Wince. So the flail. All that shield. So that short bow. Short swords. So slings. Boom. Also, for a pretty penny. So that's 50, 100, 200, 300, 700, 1400. We make it 1400. Or we make it 700. 700 flamey ones. Sense? Boom. Boom, 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 on you muggles. Get down here. them. Get to build that ridiculous amount of mechanical parts, wood and metal now. But, just gonna go for a quick vape. I'll leave it running. If they get an attack, it usually stops it. Because there's a dialogue box. You have to click OK too. Just feeding the cat. You might hear him screaming. He hasn't been fed for 10 years. Boom. He's fed. Should be quiet for a bit. Right, so we've got blighted crops. So I'll show you how we deal with that. And there you go, blighted crops. Tell them not to sow because otherwise they'll keep re-sowing and more blight. Blah, blah, blah. And it's another reason why you have them all on cut or harvest quickly. bunch of silver in there. Forgot about that. Come on, Dunstan. And that on a go. Dunstan and Bjorn had a wonderful conversation. They're friends. Beautiful, isn't it? So it goes to show you how slow it is to do the mining because they're all doing other stuff. So very few of them have got mining as a primary, as a one, and even so, other things come in the way. Tempted to do that for a bit. We'll get a bunch of that done. It automatically goes to round. I want round. We want square. Sure. Let's have them as round. Screw it. If we have 2 floors of food. Can you just deal with that? See what you got. Lovely or not. Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, tedious, tedious. Right. I think I'm gonna call it quits. I'm gonna get this dug out for Tuesday. So by Tuesday that will all be dug out, and then we'll do the build on Tuesday. There you go. Going medieval. It's a good game, really. It's one of the, as I say, it's one of those where you can just like potter along it. I quite enjoy a game like that. Cat, as you can hear, is insisting on my attention, so I'll give it to him. Live long and prosper.